to do today is go out, go for a drive, relax and chill. That's how I relax. And I can't do it because of fucking quarantine. Anyway, I'm sure I can find something else to do today. What's that? Car parts? Car parts? Car parts?
A few moments later.
One thing that I could do, and I've been trying to do for God knows how long, is paint the spoiler. So I've prepped it for like the 4th time, and I'm going to give it a quick coat with this. So as you just saw, I put a couple of layers on. I was very thankful that Wilco Motorsave were still supplying like delivery on paints and stuff like that, so I got quite a few tins of Honda Vogue silver and also a few clear coats. The silver's gone on pretty well from what I can see, so I'm hoping it looks alright. This is about the fourth time now I think I've done it. Is it 4th? I think so, and I've had to fly it all down. 180 grit, 600 grit, 1200 grit, and then basically I've not primed it this time because I've put primer on it before and I've just ended up sanding it back and I just thought stuff it, I'm just going to colour it. But the colour's gone on really well, nice and even, the colour looks well, hopefully it dries okay, hopefully no bugs land on it. I just saw a spider earlier literally crawling across it but it didn't leave any marks, which is weird, probably too light. But yeah, fingers crossed it turns out alright. The look I'm going for, if you're unfamiliar with the channel, is like a proper noughties tuner style Civic. I've got some 17s on the car already that do need paint. I know everybody keeps bugging me on Instagram about that. But the car will have like a DC2 Type R rear wing, that's the wing that I'm painting. It's a little bit bigger than the American Civic Si wing. I'll put a picture of it here. So as you can see, the Civic with the Integra Type R wing, it's been done plenty of times. I think it'll just set off the car well. I've got a full rear bumper, I've got a Jun style front lip, and I've got some charge speed side skirts supplied by the Fast and Furious Eclipse France. I'll leave his Instagram below. But yeah, that's the style that I'm going for with the car anyway, just because I grew up looking at all those sort of cars and I really want to try and mimic it. I've never had a car like that, and when you're a teenager you always want a car like that. Or I did at least, I always wanted a car that was just... I'm trying to tread the line between rice and nice, so we'll see if I'm successful.
Tomorrow.
So it's the next day and I did get the spoiler finished. I'll show you the spoiler now. I tested taking the old spoiler off, the little small like low line spoiler that the Civic VTI gets over here in the UK. Excuse me, I'm just eating. Anyway, I needed like a little bung, a little dowel, something to put in the hole where the wiring comes through for the rear tail light, the centre light, third brake light if you will, because this one doesn't have one. This is from a DC2, you know, lightweight and all that jazz. Anyway, I'll show you the wing. It came out pretty well. There was a few really deep scratches in the plastic of the spoiler, and I thought I got them all out with the prepping process. I didn't put any primer on it this time because I've done it about 4 times. I'm not doing it again. There was a few like wrinkles as well in the clear coat. Before it dried, I went over it with the hairdryer, a Mrs. Hairdryer. They actually came out really, really well. Like you can't tell that there's any sort of wrinkling or anything like that now. And it was like the clear coat was smooth on the top and it was touch dry. I wouldn't press hard on it, but it was touch dry. But it must have been the coats underneath because I'd laid it on quite thick that started warping, and it almost looked like orange peel but underneath the clear coat, which was weird. At first I thought it was mixing with the silver, but I made sure it was completely dry. Anyway, the hairdryer got it out. It must have just softened up the lacquer just enough underneath to make it smooth again. Anyway, I'll show you the spoiler now. So here it is. As you can see, it's got just enough sort of clear on it to get like a nice sort of mirror to it, a slight mirror to it if you see there. It does need a bit of a polish still. There's a couple of little like imperfections, just little like spots where because I was doing this with a rattle tin obviously, so there's a couple of little spots just where it needs just flattening off a little bit, but overall you can just see there in the light, if you follow the light, it's not that bad. There was a deep scratch here in the wing, like in the plastic. I tried my best to like flat it out, but I don't have any filler. And you can see there the sort of mirroring that I managed to get with the clear on top of the silver. I think it'll match the the gloss that's on the car itself. But yeah, it's not too orange peely. It just needs a buff just to get rid of these little nibs. That was a fucking fly, if you can see that there. There you go. So I had to pull a fly out of the paintwork. I'm hoping a bit of a buff will get that out. Some quite aggressive compound. And there were some scratches on this here in the plastic. You can just make them out. There you go, look. Really deep scratch that one was. But again, I'm probably put like a bit of a sticker there. I've got some potential decals coming. I'm hoping to stick one on the rear wing, and one on the centre of the front window. As you can see, it's quite a lot taller than the VTI wing that we get here in the UK, the one that you're familiar with on my car. And yeah, this is off of the DC2 Integra, so it's a little bit taller than the one for the US cars. Yeah, came out really well. Really happy. Not bad for a Rattleton job. So I'm probably going to wrap this video up here. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please consider subscribing. I'm hoping in the next video, on the car at least, I'm going to be fitting that particular wing on the Civic VTI / SI to you guys over in the States. Hoping it'll just set off the back a little bit more. I'm wanting to do a few more little bits as well before I start getting involved in like the front lip. Like I said, I've got a jump front lip, some charge speed side skirts, and also a full rear bumper. Before I get too heavily involved with, more like painting and stuff like that, because it's just been an absolute ball ache. I want to do a few other little bits, but because of this bloody, lockdown situation that we're in the UK, I can't get the bits that I want. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do, see what I can find. I want some small like JDM size reg plates front and rear. I'm just going to put them in the same standard location in the centre on this car. I do think the EK chassis really suits a JDM plate in the centre on the front. I might leave the rear one the UK size plate, but I just think like JDM plates make cars look wider and let them look more sleek, like lower almost, with the width that they seem to like give. It's a bit of an illusion, I suppose. The narrower plate makes the car itself look wider. But anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now. Fucking insert outro here.